On air. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sorry, this is the first time doing this shit. Welcome to Cussing Shit. It's your boy KB back in the building for episode 50. Now, episode 50, this is like a milestone episode because I started doing this podcast about, I don't know, like a year and a half ago, and 50 episodes, I never would have expected it, but it is what it is. We're going to keep it moving. And I want to introduce myself because it coming from another platform. So I'm new to this Podbean live situation, and I just want to see how it works out. And it seems like Podbean is a good platform. It can open up a lot of different opportunities. So, and that's what I'm here for. I've been doing podcasts, like I said, for a year and a half. So I ain't new to this. We just gonna keep it moving. Now, I have a guest with me today, a person who I've watched grow and I've admired. So, people got to get credit when credit is due, and hard work should never go unrecognized. So, I'd like to introduce Chef Day. That's what I'm going to call her. The owner of Dream Street Cuisine.
Thanks.
Say what's up to the people.
What's up?
So tell the audience about yourself. How did you get started? What do you do? What are your aspirations? What's going on with you?
Hello, good people. I'm Chef Day, owner of Dream Street Cuisine. I've always loved cooking, definitely. I had too many jobs in the cooking industry to the point I just said, I need to try something different. So I went out on my own. I became an entrepreneur. Not knowing that's what an entrepreneur was, I just knew I just didn't want to work for someone else. Outside of that, things just started falling in my lap. The more I worked, the work that you put in, more things start to come out. I started off actually working with you.
With who? Me?
Yes, you do. In your barbershop, selling food to your customers, whatever, I decided to do for that day. They ate, they end up starting to begin to love the food. Once I left from there,
You started a fucking riot when you left too. Just to let you know. People was going nuts. Like they were so used to it. Like they got so accustomed to seeing you every what was it, Thursday and Friday?
Yep.
Oh my God. Everybody that came in, it was like food in here. Where's Shorty at? I'm like, I guess she off today. They was loving that shit. And shit, me too, for real. Because one of the things about being a barber, like one of the hardest things throughout my day is getting lunch. And having lunch right there was like amazing.
Definitely.
Yeah. And having, it was good for clients too, because they got to get their hair cut. And most clients either they coming from getting food or they going to get food after their haircut.
That's true.
Like I say all the time, like, you motherfucker, sit out my car, eat my food real quick. I'm like, hey, go ahead, do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then it turned into a situation with you in the shop. Like everybody just ordered their food while they ate, while they waited, or took the carry out. Like I remember a couple people just coming specifically just to get food. They ain't come get a haircut, none of that shit. Yeah, so that shit was dope. So what happened? Like after you left the shop, what direction did you go into?
I started the catering business, and the catering business took up my weekends. And going back to the word, it fell in my lap. I was selling food, and selling food went into catering. I did not plan to be a caterer.
Really? I thought that was like a part of the plan.
No.
I thought that was a part of the plan. No. Shit.
I got a phone call. My cousin Taya hit me. She like, I need you to be a party for me. I said, okay, cool. Not thinking nothing of it. And I knocked it out of the park. Everybody loved everything. The presentation, I always said, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it right.
Mm-hmm.
And I just was advertising it online. And then 30 days later, I did her baby shower. Then I did it again. I knocked it out the park again. And people started asking her, who was I? Once you posting on social media, you started to ask questions. And she became, the person, the face for my business, because she was going out there marketing it for me, because I didn't know too much about it. I just knew just cook food, show up, set up. And, definitely. She
helped with the presentations during the catering.
Yeah. No, not just with the presentation, but just putting word out there.
Okay.
You know, she made sure if you needed a caterer, she was gonna find a way to. She has to do it. If you know me, that was her attitude. You're gonna use my cousin, and that was such a big help for me.
Yeah. So how long do you think, if you could estimate, like how long did it take for that process? Because I know, like for me as a barber, like it took me a few years of posting haircuts before people really caught on. Like how long did it take?
3.
3 years?
It took 3. It was a slow process. If you ask me, it was slow, and the reason why I said it was slow is because right now it's a lot of people out here that is trying to find their way in the cooking field. So, you know, in order to stand out, you have to stand in. And the reason why I say that is the longer you do anything, it's going to draw attention.
Absolutely.
So, you know, you have somebody selling food here and selling food there, you know, you lose interest very quick. But if they constantly keep seeing you nonstop, you're saying in their face. So you don't have no choice but to be noticed. And I learned that.
Yo. And you know what's funny? Like, I've reached a place like where I try not to judge. But when I see people making dinners or cooking food, doing whatever, 1 week, and then I don't see them for like another 2-3 months, I'm like, you ain't never gonna go nowhere. Like, I mean, like, I'm sitting there looking at that shit like, yo, you ain't never gonna succeed. Like, because like just exactly what you just said, like it takes commitment. Like it takes one of the realest things what nigga Jeezy ever said, nigga, stay down till you come up. Like you really gotta do that shit. Like, and I see it all the time. Like people get discouraged with that shit.
I am I love what I do. My passion, my dedication, my drive. This is what I know I was put on this earth to be.
Sound effects cool. I'm sorry.
If I turn out to be an astronaut in 10 years, it shocked me. But you know, it this food thing has brought something out of me that I didn't even know I had.
And what's that?
Drive.
Oh like, shit!
I'm trying to tell you, like once I'm nervous all the way up until it's time for me to perform. Like when it's time for me to do what I need to do, I'm gonna get it done. It's like you really like this switch in your head just flick all on, and you just go until you can't no more. And then once it flick off, you go back to your normal self.
Yeah.
You know, that's how you know it's something you love. I don't do it for money. It's the time I done lost so much money.
Yeah, you gonna lose a shitload of money out the process. Y'all tell that's one of the funniest things to me because people think like it's gonna work out immediately. Like that ain't the dumbest fucking logic I ever heard. It's gonna work out immediately. No. And I mean, like I started selling shit. Like when I first put my orders in to get all my stuff, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna sell these bitches quick. No, it don't work like that. Like people don't see me post the items that I want to sell that much, but they see haircuts. Well, not as of late, because I don't really post haircuts that much no more. I don't want to. I truly don't want to attract more people no more. I have no interest in it. Excuse me. And it's not that I don't love it no more. It's just when you reach a point where you love to do it, but it takes a lot to do it, it changes the whole perspective. Like, all right, I gotta figure shit out. Like I have to schedule things. I have to maneuver certain things so that it can work for me. And to piggyback off of what you said, like at one point in time, I was cutting hair for free. Like I did that shit for free. I did that shit for snacks. like so it's not about the money at the end of the day. Like it comes from a place within you. Like all the time that I spent cutting when I first started, I wasn't that great. just like everybody else. But the consistency it helps you grow and evolve, and you get into certain situations and you see things and you tackle them differently because you experienced them shits before.
Right.
So to have a passion for something is something that a lot of people will never understand. Like yo, it's not. It's like if somebody asks you to cook today and you're like, no, why not? You like cooking? Yeah, when I want to though.
Yeah.
like when I feel it in my spirit. Yeah. Or when I'm contracted to do so. Like I don't want to just do it for free. Like not for free, but I just don't want to do it for no reason.
Right.
Like, oh, just cause you hungry?
Exactly.
You grown. Like you can always eat. Like
right. I believe in it. That's my life. My boyfriend hates it. But
I'm sure, because I would want you cooking all the fucking time.
Oh my!
I didn't taste the food, nigga. That's a lucky motherfucker. There.
Yeah, I definitely am a big advocate of not doing anything for money. If you do it for the money, it's not gonna last.
Mm-hmm. Because the money always will dry up.
Exactly.
There always come a time where you have to shift your focus.
Exactly.
Just like right now with this quarantine, this COVID-19 pandemic, whatever this shit is, like everybody had to, especially people who own businesses, everybody had to figure it out.
Yep.
Like restaurants are closed. All right, but you can do carry out, order online. Like a lot of places can't do that.
No, a friend of mine, he was talking about the place where he worked at, and he was saying that his business was going so well before this hit that he was okay, but the people that he was working with in this same place, 9 times out of 10, they may not be opening their business back up because it hit them that hard.
Mm-hmm.
I was explaining to my sister, I'm like, some of these businesses wasn't doing good before this hit. So to get behind in the midst of it, you have to choose between your living and your business because you have two lives. You have your business and you have the way you live on the regular, your roof over your head, your bills at home.
Mm-hmm.
You have to choose which one that you want to continue to do. It's a choice.
And a hell of a balance.
Yeah.
like when you faced with that question, do I want to do this or do I want to do that?
Exactly.
Well, I got to do this so I can keep that. Like
right, because it's still to this day. Like I hear stories about people who had slept in their car and that was home. Tyler Perry slept in his car.
Them shits are so motivational.
You see what I'm saying?
I ain't never done it, but
right. I've been in a house looking around like my van may be big enough. It may be big enough because I'm telling you, like the money that you put into your bills, you lay your head, you just like I could take this money and invest it into what I'm doing. But the reality of it is, I have a kid.
That's why people buy RVs and shit.
I was talking to a man earlier with one. He had this water tank outside. I'm like, wow.
When people legit just living, like it's some shit. I try to find either motivation or a form of therapy in almost every situation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my life a little bit. Mm-hmm. When I first came out of the hospital, the first thing I wanted to do was cut hair.
You wouldn't stop.
Yeah. First thing I needed my clippers.
Yep.
Then it was like, all right, now when can I record a podcast? Like, all right, now when can I record a podcast? And that's just a simple, like, the passion. Like, I love cutting hair. Developed a passion for doing a podcast, and which makes me $0.
Right. But
at the moment,
it's not even about the money. It's that happiness that if it's something that can get you up in the morning, and the last thing you're thinking about is the money you get out of it, you should be doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You should be doing it.
And there's the shift.
Right.
Sometimes for me now, cutting hair feels like work.
And
that's
not a good feeling.
Yeah, and I haven't felt it comes and goes though. Mm-hmm. Because anybody who's fortunate enough to turn their passion into profits,
mm-hmm.
they'll always reach that point.
Of course.
Because I'm sure it's been times where you've probably been booked for an event, you're like, I don't feel like doing this shit.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, so it's like it's a normal thing, but it's like it comes and goes.
It does. I'm very human.
Yeah.
I tell people that all the time. I done been in arguments. And when I get to the location of my catering, I know how to show like that didn't just happen.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't happen a couple of times.
It's all like when you said you have two different lives, and two personalities too, because it's a switch. Like leading up to the event, it'd be like, fuck this shit. Like I competed in a few barber competitions, and I'd be nervous as a motherfucker.
Yep.
Like dumb nervous. Like I had to take a smoke break and shit. Like I need to go outside, like before and after. Like I need to take a smoke break because my nerves is all over the fucking place. Like somebody asked me that shit. You still get nervous? Hell yeah.
Anybody who has a pulse should still get
nervous. I'm like, what the fuck you think? Like it's easy to stand in front of a couple hundred people.
It's not even that. I'm not losing.
I don't want to lose. And that's the whole thought. I'm not nervous to cut hair. I'm nervous about losing.
Right. If you lose, you got to think about everything that you done built.
Yeah.
People are evil. They are crucial when it comes to losing.
Yeah. And the last competition I did, right, I came in third place. Mm-hmm. Everybody was happy except for me. I'm like Ricky Bobby in real life. Like, nigga, if you ain't first, you last. Like, I'm like Ricky Bobby for real. Like, they're third place when they call my category, because of course they go from third, second to first. So when they all right, third place winner, and they call my name, my number for that, I'm like, I just paused and stared at everybody on stage and looked around at everybody like, bullshit. So I went up, I moseyed my way up to the stage and grabbed my trophy. Even in the pictures that we took on stage, I can see in my face that I wasn't happy. Like bitch, you placed in. No, that means I'm the second fucking loser.
Right.
Like, like that shit burns me the fuck up. But and then you realize some of these competitions don't mean shit. Like for a lot of people, it's bragging rights. I don't care to brag. I don't really care. Like, because at the end of the day, it don't affect my bills. Exactly. It don't affect what I do on a day-to-day basis in the shop.
That's true. A guy told me this, I ain't gonna say his name, but this was like 2 years ago. He said, "What are you known for?" I said, "Well, I started a business," me thinking that starting a business was a big.
It don't sound that great to some.
Right. I'm thinking I'm doing something, and he was like, "No, you ain't been in no competitions. You have you been on TV?" Or I'm like, "No." So he was like, "All right, call me when you do those things."
Who the fuck is this guy? Some people don't have those aspirations.
Right. So me being me, I got on the phone with my cousin. I was like, "You think I should do competition?" She said, "Do you feel like you should do competitions?" I was like, "Well, if it's gonna get me my name out there." She was like, "Well, what do you want to be known for? Being in competitions or a woman that runs her own business?" There's two different people.
It's the same. It's totally different. That's when I realized I'm like, this trophy don't mean shit.
Right.
I did it, thanks. But this trophy don't really mean shit because at the end of the day, when I leave here, I'm going back to my barbershop.
Exactly. To serve
where the real change makes where the real fucking magic happens.
Right.
Like that other shit is cool, like to step outside of your zone. Like the first time I did it, it was just to say I did it. Like bucket list. All right, competed, placed in the top. Cool. I don't gotta do this shit no more. Like that was just something to put on my bucket list. The last time I competed, it was because I made a bet with Chris. Because they had a student category. I'm like, nigga, if you compete, I'll compete.
Right.
I was bluffing. But he was serious. Like the nigga called me like 2 days later. Y'all signed up. When you signing up? I just sat there and looked at him like, I ain't doing that shit. I think I probably signed up like, I don't know, it was somewhere within the week of the competition. Like if the competition was on Sunday, I think I signed up maybe like Tuesday or Wednesday. Like I didn't want to do it. Like, but I couldn't.
It sounded like you didn't want to do it.
Yeah, I had no desire to compete at all. And I still don't. But I feel like I want to do one a year. So,
keep you sharp.
Yeah, so whenever the world open back up with some barber competitions for the end of the year, I throw my name in there.
Right, because at first, like around that time he asked me that, I was like, no, bro, I'm just like trying to get my engine, warmed up.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm like, I feel like I'm able to do it. I feel like,
Is he a
I
person
can get it
inside the
done.
business?
No, I had this big problem. I kept wanting to sit at other people's tables when I first started,
Oh.
thinking that, it would help get me where I wanted to be.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a lot of doors closed in my face, a lot of them. But I needed those doors to be closed because I didn't really need them. I don't know why I convinced myself that I did.
Mm-hmm.
I knew what I was capable of, but I just needed to put the work in alone just to get attention on my own. And that was hard for me to believe because I'm like, I know how good I am with this food. But, how can I connect to the people to get to know that I'm good with this food? I'm like, I probably had like 200 followers. And I'm like, man, I need some more followers, not knowing that the more followers you have, the more people you have watching.
And the more people asking you a bunch of fucking questions that
Exactly.
don't have no intentions on spending no money.
So with that being said, I'm just like, even still now, I be looking at some people like everybody want to say, black people don't sit together, this, that, and the other. I don't know what it is. I don't care what the situation is. But if somebody come to you, you feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I just honestly feel like, it should be a genuine situation.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I was being genuine with them, but everything, happens for a reason. Even so now, I speak to them, I say little stuff to them and they speak back. But then, now that I'm a little further into what I'm doing, I have people reaching out to me and really putting in the work to work with me, doing things that I don't even expect for them to do. They hit me. I told you today, a guy that I'm cool with, he's a real big advocate of my business. He is volunteering to do a video for me
Mm-hmm.
and for my opening. And it was just like they the things that you should put more effort into dealing with those type of people instead of trying to be a part of something that somebody else is
Shit
doing.
hit way different when you create your own
Right,
situation.
right.
And and I don't judge the people that try to sit at other people's tables. I applaud them because it takes a different mindset to even be able to do that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
how do you call like anyone who starts a business, no matter what they say, their goal is to be the boss.
Mm-hmm.
Why you want to put yourself in a situation to take orders from another motherfucker?
Exactly.
It's cool
Mm-hmm.
if that's something you want to do, because I mean every business needs a owner and a manager. Yeah. Sometimes the owner don't have to be the same person as the manager. Like you can bring other people in to help you, fulfill your dreams, but you're still an employee.
Exactly.
It's different when you create a situation and people are organically attracted to you.
Mm-hmm.
And I beat social media down when I was really building up. And I used to look at the followers. Why the fuck don't I have like why don't I have more followers? Why don't I have this? Why don't I have that? And I thought about it like, all right, even if I had 20, 30,000 followers, I can't cut all them motherfuckers nowhere. like, why is my brain so wrapped around people liking my picture?
Exactly.
It doesn't matter if these people like your pictures because my schedule is cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't like that was like in the beginning, like because when you building it's so many different lanes, there's so many different ideas, there's so many different people putting thoughts in your head that don't mean shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had posted the other day on I don't know, one of them social fucking networks. I had posted like no, it was Twitter. Mm-hmm. I'm like, yo, the lack of support don't bother me. It's the 6,500 questions and suggestions that I ain't fucking asked for, and then no support. Mm-hmm. Like, and it comes from all angles, except not all angles. It comes from everybody except strangers. Yep. Like, so I'll be the one to say it. Like friends, family, they got 1,000,001 motherfucking ideas. Why am I listening to you? What business you ever run? Not to sound like not to be an asshole, but for real, like what business do you run? Why should I take your advice that I didn't ask for? Mm-hmm. Why should I take a suggestion from you that I ain't fucking asked for. Like, if I wanted your advice, I would have asked for it. If I cared about what you thought, I would ask you. Like, I don't want to hit. Like, I personally don't want to hear. I don't really want to be asked nothing about my business if it ain't coming from someone who supports it, because you don't know. You don't know what I got to do every day. You don't know what I got to deal with. You don't know how many fucking bills I had to pay. You don't know how much inventory I got to deal with. You don't know none of that shit. Nor will you lend a fucking hand to help with any of this shit. So why should I? Why should I take anything you're saying to heart?
That's true. That is very true. When I first started out, I looked for everybody that was around me to support me,
Mm-hmm.
and it really like started hurting my feelings because I started to think to myself like, why wouldn't they want to support me? That was the question.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't you want to support me if you see that I'm doing something that's trying to better myself? What's the reason? Even if I was to go ask them people, why don't you support me?
You asked?
No. Why would I?
Oh,
I
don't never know shit like that.
Ask them. It's just like, what's your reason? And then, of course, your brain is going to go in the direction it want to go in because you go through them phases. Mm-hmm. The first phase, you're in your feelings. The second phase, you become angry. And the last phase, you done dealt with the situation. The angry phase, I turn into a mini she-devil. Mm. It's fuck you, fuck them. I'ma still do it. And I did. And I had to learn that with that attitude, it wasn't going to get me anywhere. Because regardless of what they don't do, it was so many people that I never seen before. It was so many people that were buying food from me. It was people who seen me wearing a t-shirt or my jacket and be like, I had that food before. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking at their face like, you had my food before? Like, they're serious.
That shit hit different, though.
Right. And I was just looking at it like, okay, well, I need to put more attention into these people because these are the people who don't feel any type of way about me, but genuinely want to see me win. To see a person look you in your eyes and say that they genuinely want to see you win, that hits different.
And one of the things that I do is I go on long drives. Mm-hmm. The average man does his best thinking typically on the toilet or in the car. So instead of being on the toilet, I go get in my car and I just drive.
That is true.
I come up with so much shit in the car. Mm-hmm. And like I say, it's a form of therapy for me. That's how I feel about it anyway. Because I can drive, I can put some music on and just be in my own zone. I don't have people bothering me. My phone is on Do Not Disturb because I don't want my podcast or whatever music I'm listening to be disturbed while I'm driving. So it's complete quiet time. And one of the things I thought of, the main reason why, because it's all over the place, especially, for businesses, if you follow them, it's all over the place. They say, like, basically along the lines of the family and friends ain't shit. Focus on strangers. Like, not verbatim, but typically, like, it's like, don't market to your family and friends. Like, or don't consistently try to sell to them. Because that's a number that can be capped.
Definitely.
You run out of family and friends.
You do.
Strangers really all over the motherfucking place.
I had that conversation with my sister. I'm like, just like you said, it's a cap on it. If you think about all of the people in the world, you have these artists that's literally traveling around the whole entire world, packing stadiums, packing arenas.
And don't know none of them motherfuckers' names.
None of them.
None of them.
None of them.
And I had an experience at the barber show the last time I went. Like, each one I go to, I don't know, I guess my name grows a little bit. Mm-hmm. So the last one I went to, this was months ago. It's probably like October, some shit like that. But it's like when I walk through, I'm minding my business. Mm-hmm. KB! Like, I don't know who this guy is, but hello, how you doing? Right. Whatever. And it happened so many times. I'm like, damn, this is pretty cool here. Like, I don't know these motherfuckers, but apparently they know me. Like, they follow me. I don't be following people back all the time no more. Like, so a lot of the people, I had no fucking idea who they were. But they knew me. They knew my work. They knew where I cut at. I'm like, damn, y'all do y'all research. Because that's like the power of social media and everything else. Like when your name get out there, is funny. Like to have a complete stranger come up to you and applaud you for your work.
Yeah.
Like that shit feels amazing. Like it feels great when family and friends do it, but when somebody that don't fucking know you from nowhere,
you be sitting there like, you pay attention to me?
Yeah, like, and then they use words like motivated, inspired. Like, nigga, all I do is cut hair. Like, I don't think that deep into it because some people are consistently clout chasing, trying to chase this. In my business, anyway, this celebrity barber title, and I'm like, honestly, fuck celebrity. I ain't trying to be traveling behind no nigga, nor am I trying to get up at every fucking whim when this nigga needs a haircut. Like, honestly, no. I'll take one of those studio jobs and shit when I'm just on set. I'll take that shit. But like some barbers that really like cater to celebrities, that's cool. If that's your lane. You want to travel and drive to hotel after hotel, whatever the fuck it is that you got to do. That's cool. I'd rather be in my shop.
Yeah,
I don't like packing up my shit. I don't.
We all have our own lane. We definitely do. Because even in that situation for chefs and cooks, you have chefs that follow people around, celebrities and stuff, and go cook for them wherever they are. You have some that literally live in their home. I had the opportunity to cook for a family. Well, two. I started off with one. The other one, it didn't go through because I had to think to myself, just because some opportunities come your way, don't mean you have to take all of them.
Yeah.
Because I was realizing that, it's taking you off of what you really want to do. And I kept like trying to juggle my options. Like, well, this can help me, but then I'm like, it requires my time. Me being at somebody's house 4 days a week.
Time is everything.
How about that? So it's like if I dedicate myself into doing that, that's going to take me away from what I really want to do. So definitely, everything that you just said is definitely true. You have to know what it is that you want to do. But doing that whole, trying to train chase, that's tiring. That's like being on a treadmill with skates. That
shit is exhausting.
It's tiring because you got to keep up with everything that stays on. And speaking of that, once again, I done came across some interesting people. I hit this guy once again when I first started. Guy is real big in the city. I hit him. He give me events. I'm thinking, you give me events. I cater. We can hook up together. I send him this nice long paragraph. Dude say, oh, all right, cool. Like literally 5 minutes later, I go to the Insta story and he say, motherfuckers always trying to jump on your wave.
That shit is weird.
So it was literally right after I said what I said. And I'm looking at the post. I had to hit somebody up. I don't remember who I called. But I know I'm like, this nigga just dissed me on the Insta story. And I was like, oh, all right, it's cool. Because you'll wave right now. But when you see my typhoon head ass come, you ain't gonna know it hit you until you take a glimpse at it.
I hate people like that.
I
legit hate people like that. And because there's several reasons why I hate people like that. But the main reason is because it's so much money out here. It's so many lanes out here. You can legit be great in your lane and still help somebody else be great in theirs.
If it isn't somebody who's either dick riding them or I don't have the, what is it called? The care to dick ride someone.
Me neither.
I don't have it in me. I can't follow you around like a puppy. I cannot keep proving myself to you. If you don't know my worth when you meet me, then I don't need to be around you.
Yeah. And that all ties into making your own table.
Of course.
I don't have to come to you no more.
Right.
Like, I got my own shit. And that's a model that a lot of people like. I watch a lot of like Dame Dash interviews, or just typical like people in business, like Gary Vee and this that, like a lot of people, and it's certain things that stand out to me. Like Dame Dash say all the time, like you ain't the boss till you put up the bread.
That is
because when you got investors or you got loans out, like these investors and these whatever, they want to know your, even at a bank, they want to know your business plan. They want to know your plan to the T. What are you going to do with this money that we gave you? Mm-hmm. When it's all your money, I ain't got to answer to nobody. I ain't got to tell nobody shit. I'm just making moves how I want to make moves.
Yep.
Don't need your approval. Don't need you to say the second whatever the fuck it is.
Yep.
I'm doing how I want to do it. And I tell people all the time, like, this is my business. I run it in the ground if I want to. Like I ain't never say I got all the answers and I got the blueprint to whatever success it is. But it's my business and I'll control it. I'll run it in the ground if I want to. Because not everybody want to agree with how you operate your business.
And nobody. That's just underline nobody. Everyone is gonna have an opinion. Everybody's gonna have something to say. Mm-hmm. And it's like, if you would have took that advice, where would it have gotten you?
Not where I'm at now. Because my dumb ass probably would have went back and got another job if I kept listening to people.
I'm trying to tell you, they had a leash around my neck. Mm-hmm. Like, you're going back. Like, it didn't make sense. I had a conversation with my grandmother probably last year, and I was telling her, I was like, I wasn't working for a whole entire year before anybody knew I wasn't working. Mm-hmm. Before I started feeling comfortable with telling them I wasn't working, because I just didn't have the time for hearing it. Mm-hmm. It's like, I didn't make my mind up. This is what I'm doing. I'm going to do it, even if you're with it or you're not. But at the same time, like, if I'm telling you there's something that I want to do, I just feel like you should respect it. Mm-hmm. Don't try to, dumb a person down or make them feel bad or try to fit them into a box that they don't want to be in. And people don't get that. Like, everybody don't want to go and work for somebody. I know I didn't have it in me.
I'd be a horrible employee now.
I'm trying to tell you. Like,
I'd be horrible at this shit.
It was not working out for me. I was jumping from job to job to job to job to job to job. And it just wasn't working, because between the crappy authority and the people you were working around, it was just like, mentally, I knew I was ahead of my time in those situations, because I'm just steady sitting there like, if I want to learn something, don't get mad at me because I want to learn something. If you want to work that position until you go on the grade, then you do that until you go on the grade. Mm-hmm. But don't get mad at me because I want to know what more can I do than just to stand in this one spot and do the same thing all day.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Like, I don't want people to get it twisted. Like, there's nothing wrong with if you want to have a typical 9-to-5 or whatever, or job or career. Nothing is wrong with it.
No.
But there are people in the world who want more than that. Like, I mean, if I can pick a famous rich last name, it'd be what, the Waltons? Somebody probably told them they was dumb when they opened up their first Walmart. Somebody probably told them, like, this shit ain't gonna work out.
I think they did. I think in his story that I read, I think they did something.
Yeah. Didn't it? What's his name? That Bezos nigga from Amazon? I'm sure somebody told him, nigga, you can't be a third party shipper. He don't have no fucking real inventory. He didn't create anything. I mean, he didn't create a product.
He just created a system.
He's created a system. And I'm sure somebody told him that shit was crazy. Zuckerberg, that nigga from Facebook. Somebody in that dome room when he was creating Facebook probably told him that shit was crazy, nigga. That's why the people that was there with him when he was doing it ain't there no more. You didn't see. I saw the vision and you didn't. That's cool.
Speaking of visions, now when you have vision, that when I first started and I was having vision, I didn't know that's what that was.
Me neither.
I didn't. I just knew it was something that had my attention that wouldn't stop. Mm-hmm. And it got on my nerves to the point, like I said, I quit my job without knowing how it was going to pay my bills, without knowing nothing. I just knew I wasn't going back. And
same way.
I just kept seeing everything that happened for me. I saw it. Even still now, I see things. But that has a whole nother type of hold on you. And I thought I was weird. I thought it was something wrong with me. I'm surrounded by people who get up and go to work every day. I really thought it was something wrong with me. I thought that, why out of everybody that I know, why don't you want to do that? Mm-hmm. Why don't you find the love into going to work every day, doing what you gotta do, and come home?
And there's a distinct difference, right? I think we was talking about this on the last episode. Everybody, like, a large percentage of people have a job, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of people have 2 jobs. A lot of people have a job and a side hustle business or whatever they want to call it. I try not to judge those people either, but in my brain, that shit ain't never going to be successful because I could be wrong, but the way I did it seemed like the only way for it to work. Like I had to quit my job. Like I had to quit my job to come in the barbershop full time. Because if I just stayed at that job and stayed cutting hair part time, I would be making my money during the daytime, but the money I would be making in the evening at the shop or on the weekends or whatever, it'd be capped because I don't have that much time. Because don't get it fucked up. Let me have a fucked up day at work, and I gotta work late at my 9 to 5. So instead of getting off at 5, I gotta be there. I gotta get off at 7. That's clients gone.
Right. Every time someone told me to do that, I worked harder.
Yeah.
Every time somebody told me, well, it's slow right now, go get a job. I'm like, no, because that job 9 times out of 10 hold me back from that big catering that I need. And I'm going to be back on the fence of if I really want to do this, do I want to go there? Or if I don't want to do it, I'll be out of money. That's why I had to get it out of my head. Don't do it for the money.
Because it's that safety net.
And don't do it.
One of the things, like I said, it's cool. Work that 9 to 5 if that's what you need to do. Because a lot of people need that security.
Of course.
But people like us, that type of we can have structure for ourselves and our business, but that structure, that being under someone else's structure is what's fucked up. And more than likely, they have somebody, I don't know, if you're not the manager or supervisor, they got a manager or a supervisor that's telling you to do a bunch of dumb shit. Like, like in my last job I had, I remember this shit like it was yesterday. My supervisor, I had a company phone and all this shit. My supervisor texted me on my personal phone to tell me to check my company phone's email. I looked at that shit. I'm like, all right, cool. Apparently, I wasn't doing that great of a job yet. I just started like a couple weeks before this, but so I was still getting back into it. And he's like, last week was cool, but this week we need your numbers to go up, your production to go up, blah 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 blah. It'll be good for us both if your production numbers go up. And I was just sitting there looking at that shit. I'm like, no, it won't. Like, this shit ain't gonna help us. Like, cause and that's when I knew my brain had shifted from that employee shit. Because I'm like, yo, who you think you talking to? And not to mention, like, I worked there before.
Right.
So it's like when I came back, I knew the physical act of the job, but like a lot of the paperwork and how the clerical shit was handled changed. So that was where I was fucking up at a little bit. Like getting out there and physically doing a job was easy. So, and I'm looking at that email, I'm like, that shit ain't gonna help me. Like I've worked here before. Like this, I've worked for this company before. I'm just at a different location now. And a different position because that was like the condition of me coming back to this job. Like I needed a higher position, a certain amount of money. I got that. I was cool with that shit. But when I ran into people that I worked with previously, like 5-6 years ago, them niggas ain't get a raise since I left. Like, so I'm like, this shit ain't gonna help me. It's gonna help you because you got like when I was working there before, we were basically in the same position, but 6 years later, he's in a higher position. Right. Cool. That's what people do. They work at jobs and they rise through the ranks, whatever that shit called. So I'm looking at that shit, I'm like, yo, this shit ain't gonna help me. Like, it's gonna help you look good because you got these people working under you performing at a certain level. It's gonna look great for you. But when it's time for me to get a review, they're gonna say, nigga, you was late twice. No, we ain't giving you no extra money.
Yep.
After I waited a year for a 27% raise, probably. Who knows? But like that's the type of shit like and that's the type of shit that pissed me off. Like and my brain was shifting like that shit ain't gonna help me. That shit ain't gonna help me. I gotta get the fuck out of here. But what wasn't known to a lot of people, I had already had plans on quitting.
Right.
But I was supposed to work like another 3, I don't know, I was supposed to stack another 3 paychecks. So I gave myself like a 6-week scale. But when he sent that email that morning, I quit. Like it pissed me off. Like it was like 7 o'clock in the morning. I think I was home by like 8:30, 9 o'clock. Like I even left out of the shop to attempt to do work. I got there because when you typically we would stop at like a Royal Farms or Wawa's, grab some snacks, and we in the parking lot. I look over, I'm on the phone, I'm pissed off now. Like, I can't believe this motherfucker talking to me like I don't know how this shit works. Like, this shit ain't gonna help me. I was mad as shit. I gotta go fuck home, go to the barber shop, fuck them. Yeah. Because I had already had it in my brain. Like when I first started coming back, it was like, we work 8 hours, but if you want to, you can work 10. No, I don't want no overtime. Dude. I'm gonna work my 8 and I'm going to the barber shop. There's my overtime. And when I realized, like, I'm looking at this shit like, if I just get in the barber shop full time, I can make this money. Because I was looking at my averages, like my weekly averages, in the summer part time compared to last summer. This summer is lit. So I'm like, because like the summer before, like I had a few clients, but throughout like the winter, spring, come around to the summertime, again, I realized there's no drop. Like in the summertime, typically like the first couple of years in the shop, like in the summertime, my clientele would drop. Like, because kids ain't in school, so parents don't really give a fuck. Something. Not all parents are like you that want their son haircut. like not all of them like you. Some of them, the nigga ain't going to school. Fuck them. I don't see these niggas for the last week of school until it's time for them to go back to school sometimes.
Ooh, that's a nice 3 months.
Well, I see him once a month, like not no regular schedule like that. So that summer when I realized that shit ain't drop off, I'm like, all right, cool. Maybe I can do this shit full time. I'm like, all right, those numbers from what I'm doing now, it'll grow. And that's what happened, like consistent. Like I was in that shop, I slept in that motherfucker. Watching Netflix. I catch whatever clients I can catch. And and my motto was, I don't give a fuck who's sitting in this chair. I'm gonna cut the shit out of them and make them come back.
Yep. Because that's what we were talking about just before I asked you, could I come work in the shop? And we was having conversations. I don't even know if you remember. We were just having conversations. I just kept asking you questions. And you was basically telling me, like, I was sitting here all day in my head, nobody haircut. And you just was like, but you knew that that's what you wanted to do. And when I first started in the barbershop with you, did nobody trust me? I never forget that lady with that blonde hair gave me the blues that first day.
Yep.
And she was like, I'm like, all right, it was a test drive because I was learning. You left that safe zone. You're dealing with the public now. You gotta understand that, this is their money and they want it how they want. They didn't want to work for 7 days. That food right there can mess up their whole next week. You don't want that. Yep. So, that's the things that I was saying. It was people that, you feel what I'm saying, they get something one time and then don't get nothing again. And then you start to think to yourself, like, what can I do to bring them back? So, yeah, definitely. I went through all of that sitting in that barbershop, just sitting there, comparing myself to, if this is what you want to continue to do, because you're going to run into more people who has that attitude as that lady with that blonde hair. You feel what I'm saying? She was just the first example.
Yeah.
But you have a lot of them out here in this world, and they looking at you like, well, what you going to do about it?
Yeah, and because that's another thing, like to be self-employed or to be a business owner, you gotta have extremely thick skin.
Man.
Because if you can't I hate people that, like, it's a thing where it said, if you can't take constructive criticism, if you can't take any type of criticism without getting offended, something is wrong with you. And when you're in a service, industry, service business, whatever you want to call it, you're gonna be criticized like a motherfucker.
Man,
every time. Like,
right, I won't even say I get too much criticism, Lord. Thank the Lord. But when I do, it stands out. And it it hits me really hard to the point I will not stop thinking about it. I was making food one time, and this like one of my regular customers never speaks to the lady. Her daughter ordered for her. And I'm going about my business the day over with. I'm cleaning up. I get a text message. Who made this potato salad? So I instantly, my stomach dropped.
Potato salad is tricky. I don't even like the shit, but I can't stand potato salad. But from what I heard, the shit was real.
I did. So I got real nervous. I would make a phone call. If anybody know me, I need to know what happened right then and there. So I make a phone call. She was like, "This so and so, you made this?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." She said, "This don't taste like how you made it last time. I don't know what you did different, but you need to find out what you did wrong."
People like the mistake food.
I'm trying to. So I'm just steady sitting there like, oh, okay. I walked away from the situation. I literally went over everything that I did with that one. And the only thing I could remember was the skin still on the potatoes. I like mine like that. I sold it like that before.
The red potato?
Yeah. So I'm thinking to myself, maybe she never could pinpoint what it was. She just kept saying it's something.
Something off.
Yes, something couldn't help me because I'm like, I thought I followed all the same mistakes, but I didn't take that to heart. I want people to tell me when something is wrong because I will never know if I need to fix it. You will not know. I tell people that all the time. Reviews became huge because a business runs off of your opinion.
Yeah, people that have no idea.
Service is my business is nothing without your customer service. How I respond back to you and your feedback on what I did for you, I have to take that into consideration because if I don't, that is a non-returning customer, and that's a person. That one person can destroy 100 people for you.
And I tell people that shit all the time. Like when I first got into it, like I studied client retention and the little nuances and little variables and everything that it takes to keep people coming back. And that's one of the number one things, being able to accept criticism, because that person that criticized, like let's just say like how she said something was off. And if you can figure out that one thing that was off, just save the whole dish. Like because and for me it's like clients. I got a lot of clients that I don't show the mirror, and I got a lot of clients that I do show the mirror. And then I got clients that I show the mirror, and they're like, "What the fuck are you doing? Get this out of my face!"
Right.
Like I don't need to see this shit.
Right.
But it is like I do it like so I stay on my toes. Like I tell them like, "Yo, every dog has his day. I gotta make sure you satisfied."
Exactly.
Like because I might be having an off day. Sometimes my clippers might just be off. Sometimes my eyes is off. Like sometimes I just don't see shit right. And me giving you this mirror helps me. Like, check it out, make sure everything is good. If not, cool, we'll fix it.
Because me, if my boyfriend tell you, I am terrible with dealing with people and their business. When I'm on the other side of the table, I do treat my money like it's gold. Why? Because I know I'm a returning customer, especially if it's something that I really, really like. If I can afford it, I'm paying for it. It does not matter, especially if it has quality to it. Quality means the world to me. It just really do. Why? Because I feel like you're taking me into consideration. You respect my dial. So I try to give my customers the same respect. I don't want nobody to be a me. Because me, without my business hat on, and I have my customer hat on, I just turn into the Tasmanian devil. Because I know me. I know, especially dealing with our people, I want to put money in your pocket. I want to do it. Why? Because we're at the last of the list when it comes to business. Period. If they had to do a list of different types of barbers and your race, they're going to choose the black one last. Why? We're black. That's just what we're black. That's just what it is. We're not trusted. Why? It's too many years to have that conversation. But the moral of the story is, take that serious. I take being a black female with a business very, very serious. I know.
Because you see that shit all day too. It's so hard to support black businesses, this, that, and third. Like,
I don't even walk around with that attitude because at the end of the day, I have something that a person wants. So if I walk around here with a paper bag on my head, my performance, it doesn't matter. You don't ever have to know. I can walk around here like the Masked Singer. I know that my product is good enough for you to accept it regardless of what race I am. So, I support, black businesses. Yes, that's true. But I don't go around here with my bullhorn, not, preaching it because you're just going to support a person according to them. That's what I believe.
Yeah, I tell people that all the time. Like, for anybody, because I had these conversations all day. Well, quite frequently. And I tell people all the time, like, people, they'll like your product. They'll buy your product sometimes. But for the most part, people buy into you, the person. Like, I know other people that can make food. Like, I know other caterers. But I'm going to call you first. Because, I'm going to call you first because of the relationship we established and this, that, and the third. Like, a lot of people don't value that shit. Like, building relationships is so important in business.
So important.
Whether you have them daily or whatever, like just to have somebody that you know you can reach out to for whatever, for a variety of issues. You might have a variety of people you can reach out to that can help you with select problems. Or totally that you know you can go to and they'll eat some shit. Some people long with this shit. Chris, my cousin. Sometimes a nigga take a while. But you know that work is right when you get it.
You know it's right. You gotta have patience with my man. You gotta have patience with him. I'm telling you, I be sitting there sometimes like Chris, and he always put you in a position. I tell people that like anybody, I know people who do what he do, but because the relationship me and Chris has built, man, he my organ. Because you feel what I'm saying? When it comes to anything, he can literally pick apart my ideas when I cannot really get them all the way out.
That nigga can put some shit together,
exactly. So you know what I'm saying? You gotta have patience for him because I've been dealing with Chris since I started. I mean, from when I had bad ideas to when I had good ideas. My cousin is in my butt right now because I had about 3 logos. Look, just give me a second.
I got a pile of shirts somewhere that I never did nothing with.
Exactly. So
I don't like this shit no more.
The more of the story is like that guy really good at what he do, and I send everybody to him.
Me too. I just sent somebody to him recently. The person was asking me about getting ready to start a cleaning business, and she was like, "I need help." Just holler. I'm like, "Well, what?" I'm like, "All right, well, go file an LLC. Go, do this." I thought she meant help like that. No, she needed like help getting. I'm like, "Oh, go holler at my cousin." Like he do all my shit. Like. Everything you seen from this podcast logo, my barber logo, he done all that shit.
Yep.
The only thing he didn't do was the face mask that I got when I put my logo in. Yep. That's only because I decided to spread the wealth a little bit. Like let me help.
Exactly.
I told like a friend of mine because she got her design business and everything. I'm like, yo, I already got somebody. But every now and again I'll get something from you. And that every now and then was a few weeks ago.
Exactly.
Because when I go to Chris. I be ordering big shit.
Right.
Nigga, I need 50. I need 50 t-shirts, nigga. Right. Small, medium, large, all them shits. 10 each. I need 50 of them bitches.
Yeah.
It might take like 2-3 weeks to get them sometimes, but it's okay because I ain't in no rush.
Right. You gotta have patience, but once you build up that loyalty, it means everything because you can call. I didn't call Chris, and anybody know me, I'm a morning owl. Like, I'm a rooster.
Yeah, you be up.
Morning
I woke up to your message. Mom, what the fuck she up so early for?
I'm trying to tell you.
And when I finally woke up, that's when I sent you the other message. Like, what you doing?
Yeah, like when I wake up, it's literally business is on my mind from the time I wake up until about like 12 o'clock.
Do you ever get to the point where you feel like it's annoying though?
What you mean?
That your brain can't go like turning your brain away from business.
It only becomes annoying when I'm around people who can't understand my language. Because some things that people talk about, I don't find interest in. Reality shows, I don't find interest in.
Me neither.
Some of the social media stuff, I don't find interest in. Some of this rap music, I don't find interest in.
Especially the new shit.
Exactly. So, that's the only time it irritates me. But when I'm sitting alone, I get the bulk of my ideas, and it's just trying to separate them where they need to be because they will come so extremely fast, and I'm just sitting there like I can't keep up with them fast enough to write everything down. So they just keep like running through my mind like little rabbits. But I will be lying if I say I'm still at the beginning stage of business, whereas though I'm just not tired yet. It's just like so much I can do. Like right now that I'm getting this truck off the ground, I didn't put energy into other business things that I didn't even know I was going to be doing. It's being done. This corona has did something for me, thank the Lord, because for some people it hasn't been working out so well. But this has showed you what you are capable of and the type of person that you are. You have to be able to transition when the ground shifts. You have to. If you don't, you deserve whatever you get. Why? Because of the field that we're in. Business, if you put yourself in a box just for that one thing that you do and you're good at as far as business, you are not a hustler. It's a difference.
I tell people that shit all the time. Like, the definition of a hustler is be able to get some money several different ways.
You have to, regardless if it's a little bit of money, it's still better than nothing. If you sit around and you keep drinking a whole glass of nothing, you're gonna have nothing.
Yeah, and people, and just to add to that, you gotta be disciplined with your money too. Because
discipline, it ain't even no discipline. It's just don't. That's all I see when I wake up. Just don't.
Yeah,
just don't.
Yeah. I say that shit all the time because like when this COVID shit first hit, right? I'm thinking to myself like, because the first they came out 2 weeks shutdown. I'm like, all right, cool, 2 weeks off, nigga, I'm good. I can afford 2 weeks off. Then they came out with 30. I'm like, hold up, 30 days? I can take these 30 days off.
60.
Yeah, like I can take these days off, but it's a fucked up feeling to see a whole bunch of money going out and a little, very, very little bit coming in. Because
that's true.
You can, I can say like one of my saving graces has been cutsbykb.com. Like go in, go on there, buy some shit. That's KUTZBYKB.com. Yeah, cutsbykb. There you go. Go buy some shit. Like because the few orders that I get here and there, like all right, cool.
It adds up.
Yeah, that shit add up. Like
it adds up.
One bracelet here, all right. One t-shirt here, all right, cool. There's still money coming in.
I think each and every person who has bought something from me this month, like my numbers has went up. When I say went up, I'm still ordering things. Thanks to you all. Thanks for the support because this corona, like I said, it hit people hard. Me, I'm blessed enough to be able to not work in what I do, but it still falls under the Dream Street Cuisine umbrella. Thank you. I really appreciate it because you have to be able to hustle. Like
diversity
now I
is
see
a big deal.
Why those white men was jumping off of them buildings during the Great Depression. I see why. They depended on options. That stock market. They depended on. They could not go home and tell their wife, "We got to sell these cars. I need to take this money so that I can invest in something else." Because they didn't put so much in it. Lifestyles were so lavish that the insurance policy worth more than your life. You thought that? You really sat there in that office and thought that before you took that jump? No way.
That should be wild. And
no way.
I can't. And when I told my aunt a few days ago that, barbershop and the website, and I'm getting more into doing my podcast because I researched the shit. Like it's a big business. I don't mind talking after when I press record. I don't really talk that much outside of this. Like these are the longest types of conversation I had. Like when I'm cutting throughout the day, if I got 10 people on the list, I might talk to 2 of them. I'll be quiet most of the time in here, and when I'm excuse me, when I'm in my quiet moments, my brain is still moving. What can I do next?
Exactly.
I categorize it as utterly disgusting. But watching certain things like that Michael Jordan documentary, did you watch it?
Of course I did.
Yeah, and just watching his nature, like extremely competitive, extremely like not just Michael Jordan, but just people in that realm. Like when people want to be at the top of their game.
Because even in that situation, these guys that was playing around him, they were going to work every day to play ball. He was going every day to build a legacy. That's where the problem and the tension was building up at. That was their dream. They had made it to that level where I done made it to the big court. That's enough.
Yeah.
So you got Michael Jordan yelling at you, looking at you like, what the hell are you doing? They having fun.
Satisfaction is very hard to come by.
But you got to think about it. We're going to know about them, but we're going to forever know about him.
Yeah, like we got to Google them niggas. What them niggas doing now? Jordan, we already know. Exactly. He owns this. He does that.
How about
it's
that?
It's gonna make headlines when he do shit.
How about that?
Nobody really remembers Steve Burrell or Scott Burrell. Right. Sorry, that's his name.
The shoes and the ball head alone, them two go together. And he put that whole thing that I watch and everything that I see that he was saying, regardless if it was him and Dennis. Or if it was him and what's the other one?
Scottie Pippen.
The whole Scottie Pippen thing. I just felt like that was a genuine relationship, but at the same time, men love to have pissing contests.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you do not want to see one person in front of the other. And Michael Jordan demanded attention.
Mm-hmm.
He demanded it.
But one thing he also did, he let his work speak.
That's definitely true.
Like, and that's where I think that's where I'm at, because I have no desire to compete with nobody.
Mm.
Nobody next to me.
That is true.
Like, nobody around me. I have no desire. If anything, I really get motivated by people. Like,
I am my biggest competitor because I always compare myself to what I can do next
mm-hmm.
or how I can make something better. I have recipes that I will not share with other people until I feel like they're ready.
Mm-hmm.
I have people right now, you should come out with a recipe, but I'm not ready because when I do it, it's going to be done right. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be done to the point where as though if I got to go through all these pages over again, I can make these dishes. And I'm like, okay, now somebody can have this in their kitchen.
Right.
You know, now, I'm still working on it.
You got to be able to perfect shit. And I tell people that shit too. Like, oh, you got to. I had a conversation with a person we know in common.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell her, figure out what it is that you want to do first. Because you have to master, in my brain, in my opinion, like, you should master one thing before you move on to the next. Like, if I didn't take the time to really learn the ins and outs of barbering, like the skill alone and the business, mm-hmm. I wouldn't have been able to understand how to put together a website and understand inventory for my website, for cusbykb.com. Like, I wouldn't understand that shit. Nor, and if I didn't go through the steps as a barber to get to the point where I now want to do podcasting, I wouldn't understand that shit, because it takes a different level of dedication. It takes a different level of patience. It takes a lot of shit that a lot of people don't have or ain't willing to even put forth. Like, a lot of people ain't willing to put forth the effort. I'm extremely tired. If you'd have seen my face before you like came in here, like, I was exhausted. I'm drinking an energy drink because want to know why? Because I have to flip a switch.
Yep.
Like, I did a house call earlier. Mm-hmm. I agreed to that shit like 2 weeks ago. Why? I don't know. Like, I wanted to cancel real bad this morning, but I'm like, fuck it. Just go ahead and make this money real quick. You already said you was going to do it. Go ahead, get it out the way. And when I was finishing up, packing up my stuff, I'm like, all right. Eyes were still low, still moving slow. I'm like, all right, I got to transform into a talk show host now. like I gotta transform now. Like, it's after I press stop on this, my eyes are probably gonna drop again, and I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna lay the fuck down because I'm gonna be tired again.
Definitely.
But like, you gotta rise to the occasion. You gotta diversify yourself. Like, just go back to Jordan. Like, all right, he played basketball. He sells shoes. That's two different things. Look at Jay-Z. He does music. He owns 1,000,001 fucking other different companies. He diversified this shit. And I think one of the things that irritates me with being who I am, I feel like sometimes I'll never get away from being a barber or just a barber. Like, I feel like I'll always cut hair. I will, more than likely, always do it. I just want to do it a little bit less now.
Right.
Because I want to open up my time to be able to pursue other things.
And that's when things started happening for Jay-Z.
Yeah, like, if you put all your eggs in one basket, you only gonna get shit out of that one basket. But why, like with music and Jay-Z, like, if you look at the Forbes list, sometimes they give a breakdown of where the bulk, like, his income comes from, and music is like one of the smallest.
Yep. That shit thing, $700 a bottle.
Damn. I wonder why I ain't never had shit.
I won't say the cheapest is $5. But he knew in order to be that billionaire, he had to take them prices up. Mm-hmm. He knew it. Because
and just get into different lanes. Like, you can be great in different lanes, and you can still be great in your main lane. He's a great rapper.
I believe it requires a certain amount of strength to be able to do all of those things. And the reason why I say that is because you have to keep your mind focused on different things at one time. You're only one person and you only get one brain. Mm-hmm. You have to be willing to take on that responsibility in order to be where you want to be. He was a great rapper.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want to die just being a great rapper. He said that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I need more. He retired at the time. We looking at him like now.
Yeah, like we still want music. What's wrong with you?
And even still now, he like, you know, what else do you want from me?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't master what I could, but if I keep giving it to you, I'm gonna burn myself out, and then you really don't want to see that person because that's the person you talk about the most.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Because when you reach that level of burnout, that shit is horrible.
Yeah.
It's horrible. In my opinion, I've reached that level before. Like, in my opinion, it's bad for me, everybody else around me.
Yeah.
Because guess what? I'm going to be annoyed. I'm going to be cranky. My body going to hurt. And my phone probably won't stop ringing. So all that shit going to get on my nerves.
And
then in turn, when some random person, leave me the fuck alone.
Right.
Why like, when you snap on somebody or when, like, you just wake up and say, fuck all this shit, I ain't doing it. It don't even matter how much money you might have lost.
It's not about the money.
Yeah, it's not. Like, it's about my peace of mind at the end of the day.
That's all about it. And to say he have all those different fields, that is literally waking up every day to the first day of school.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta think about it. Every time you about to start something new that you worked on to build, that first day of working on a project is like being back in that classroom, in that chair, and you're excited. You don't know none of these people around you. You just know you got fresh clothes on, and you know that when it's time to graduate, you're going to graduate.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it's that excitement that you want. Me, it's still now. I'm in a position where as though it's that dream, like my real dream, successful place that I am going to build from the ground up. That's what I have my eye on. These steps that I'm taking is just getting me there. But what I truly want and what I really am going to do, you feel what I'm saying? I know for a fact that, you know, within these next 5 to 6 years, I'm going to put my energy in that. And that I know everything that I'm doing now is going to take me to that. So I know I have to put the work in now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to require me to take a step back away from that kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to require me to do it. So, you know, I have to build people up.
Yeah, I'm about to say, or put somebody in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah. I definitely, I'm going to have, I already know I'm going to have at least 3 businesses before I turn about 41, 42. My goal was 40.
How old are you?
31.
Okay.
So by the time I was like 42, that was my number was 40. But, you know, depending, you got to keep, you know, funds in mind. You got to keep, you know, what
bills still got to get paid.
Exactly. You know, being realistic, y'all. You got to be realistic. Yeah. But, you know, my dream business is that business. I'm like, okay. And then you start working into, by that time, my son will be about 20, 21. You know, see what this kid want to do with himself. Then you got to start really focusing on your kids around that time because it's like, it's around the trial and error time. You can graduate from high school. You know, if you want to go to college, I'm not going to force them to go to college. You know, my goal, you know, I'm teaching them now. You feel what I'm saying?
The importance of college is subjective. I think I shared some shit on Facebook earlier today. Like, that shit is so, like, subjective. Like, yeah, I didn't go to college.
I'm not forcing him to go to college. Like, you gotta.
No, I went. I'm sorry.
I didn't.
I just dropped out a couple times.
Yeah, I didn't finish. I didn't go. I was not the school kid, but you know, I'd rather prepare him for a life of business before I prepare him for a life of college.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason why I say that is because his mom owns a business. I can teach you business quicker than I can teach you how to just go to school for 4 years and suck up whatever they want to give you. Now, if you're going to school to really pursue something that's opposite of business, then I will respect you. Mm-hmm. I'll take care of that.
As long as you have as long as you have a clear path.
Exactly. If you don't have a clear path, you're not wasting my money. I'm not sending you to school for no reason.
I was having a conversation the other day again, like, because you know, some people get confused in the beginning stages of.
Confused is not the word. You lost.
Lost as fuck.
You bird boxing out this motherfucker.
Yeah, and whenever I talk to younger barbers that's just starting out, I tell them, like, relax. You're gonna feel this way. We all felt this way. We all felt overlooked. We all felt like our skills ain't up to this level. We all felt like we shouldn't know what to do. The thing is, keep cutting.
That's all you can do.
You'll figure that shit out. Like, and I feel like I'm in a position. I put myself in the position really unknowingly to be a mentor. Like, I don't know everything, but as a barber, like I can help them
Mhm.
upstairs. I can help them because I know all this shit
Right.
from the bottom to the top. Like I started with no clients and ended up with way too fucking many.
Right.
Cool. I started, you know, where in a place on Bel Air, well, you know, where the place in an old fucked up shop, and graduated to a better shop. Like, so I know the levels to this shit, and to be able to help somebody, like, look, stop doing that shit. Stop even thinking about that shit. Focus on the craft. Focus on the work, because sometimes it'd be like, I feel like I'm taking too long. So
You move fast, you move further.
yeah, like if you move, like
that's at anything though.
Yeah, and in techniques as far as barbering goes, I know a bunch of different techniques that I can use to cut faster. But I don't really care that I don't speed ain't what I'm concerned about. Quality is what I'm concerned about. I don't give a because in a lot of cases, some clients are like, damn, I wish this person hurry up. And then some clients are, I'm glad they're taking their time. Because it's a fine balance between that shit. Nobody wants to feel rushed. They want to know that they getting their money's worth. So sometimes, even if I can finish a cut in 10 minutes, I just stop. Well, no, I don't stop, but I just slow down. Because I know like certain people, like after you get to cutting them for so long, you know their hair. You know, in this section is gonna go left, and that section is gonna go right. So you know what you're doing. This is repetition, like anything else. Like I can cut some people quick as fuck and get them out my chair, but sometimes it's like, nah, let me slow down, so they don't feel like I'm rushing them, even though I should have been done 10 minutes ago.
Right.
Like because I have everything mapped out by time slots. So that's like if a grown up, like if anybody comes and say they're getting a regular, that shit ain't gonna take me 30 minutes.
Right.
But I'm gonna take at least 25 so you don't feel rushed. Like like little shit like that. Like make the client feel comfortable. Just do shit like that. Like quality is my number one thing now. Like from over the years, like when you were on at the shop on Bel Air Road, I was cutting like 20, 25 people a day.
Yeah, you were.
Now if I hit 15, it's a hell of a day. I don't want to cut that many people no more. I raise my prices so I can work less and still make the same or more.
Yep.
Like, and that's another thing, another topic for a lot of barbers. Like, yo, don't worry about raising your price yet. Worry about getting your skill set. Worry about filling your book up first, because
for the experience.
Yeah, because in most business in a lot, supply and demand is a tricky thing. Like as a service provider, like the supply is limited. I only got two fucking hands, only got one chair. like I can't cut everybody. But when the demand grows, you can raise the price and see who really wants this demand. Just like Jordan did. Jordan shoes didn't come out at 225 back in the 80s.
No.
They came out at what, like 75? I don't know. Maybe $75. All right. We projecting to sell 300,000 this year. Them niggas sold 3 million. Oh shit, raise that price. Oh shit, let's see how we can capitalize off this situation.
Prices keep going up.
Yeah, and when I joke around about this shit a lot, like, yeah, I'm raising my price. I ain't raising my price. Yeah, I am going to eventually, but like I joke around with that shit. Like I said, I was gonna raise them after this COVID shit over. I ain't raising my prices. If I do decide to raise my prices, it ain't gonna be till 2021. Because I like to do it on a schedule. Because like with any job, you might get a yearly raise or a bi-yearly raise, whatever it is. So if I give myself a raise every 3 years, I'm cool. Well, that was the last time I gave myself a raise in 2018. Okay. And I feel like, and shit, I had half of that shit off. A large portion of it that was 2019, I think. I don't know. Whenever the fuck it was, I had to take my sabbatical. But yeah, like I like to do things like that on a schedule, so people don't be blindsided and this, that, and third. Because a lot of people doing that shit. Like I'm not raising motherfucking prices. If any, because I think it's selfish. Like nigga, you fucked up. A lot of barbers ain't been cutting unless they've been doing house calls. Right. Shops closed. You ain't making no money. You talking about raising your prices for what? How do you justify raising your prices now? Only thing people can justify for raising their prices right now is because they got to buy more disinfectant. Now, depending on where they work at, if they in a shop or if they in a suite, disinfectant is typically on the owner a lot of times. Like, you can buy your personal shit, but as an owner, like, I have to buy a certain amount of shit to keep in the shop so everybody can use to keep shit clean. Now, if they want to buy personal shit for their stations, that's one thing. But like general shit like that, I need to buy. So if I don't raise my prices on my haircuts, maybe I'll raise Buford. Right. Like, maybe I'll do that. Like, and that's like the beauty in it. Just the being able to move, being able to maneuver, being able to figure out the wave. Like, how can you maintain going forward? How to diversify, how to have several different, streams of income. All that shit ties in. Because if Chef Dave wasn't Chef Dave, who the fuck gonna buy your jackets? Mm-hmm. If KB Cuts wasn't KB Cuts, nobody's gonna buy a t-shirt. Yep. Nobody's gonna listen to a podcast. Mm-hmm. So it's like, if you string together a certain shit but time in all together, like, it works. Dream Street Cuisine.
That was a tongue tie.
It was. It fucked me up real quick. But like, if you that's how like when Rockefeller back in the day, they had everything Rockefeller. Mm-hmm. Everything had Rockefeller name or Rockefeller logo on it. Yep. All right, I can follow that. Everything got KB on it. Everything got cuts on it. Even you like cuts and shit. Okay.
You gonna get it.
Yeah.
You are going to.
I told him I'm gonna just put my logo on everything and hope motherfuckers buy it. It's okay.
Yeah. You're gonna recognize it, and when you do recognize it, it's gonna start connecting you to the person, relationship, the time. It all goes together. Mm-hmm. People don't take that type stuff serious at all. Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't realize how much of a job social media is.
It's a job.
That shit is a job, and I get sick of it, but it's necessary.
It is a job.
Yeah, but it's necessary. It's a necessary evil.
It's definitely a job, to the point where it's you not only have to watch what you post, your content has to be revolving around your business. Mm-hmm.
Every now and then, I tell people every now and again to do some like a personal post, like just you or something that you're doing outside of the business, like enjoying your day on your bike or some shit like that. Yeah. Like, because per some of these social media fucking articles that I've read, personal engagement, like personal posts or personal content gets the most traction.
Because like, people want to know about you. They don't care what you're selling. They don't care what you're giving. They don't care what you do for others.
Even still, like, I can tell you it's a slight difference, right? I can post a haircut, just a haircut. Mm-hmm. Let's say I'll get 50 likes. But if I post me actually cutting the hair in the picture, like, well over 100 every time. A bunch of comments, like, that should be weird. Like, I can post 97 haircuts, but as soon as I post a picture with me actually cutting hair in it, like, I'm actually in the picture, it's 1 million likes.
It never fails. Yeah. And that's the society that we live in today. Reality TV did it. Mm-hmm. Because you're digging to see a person that you never thought you would see. Back when we were growing up, you only heard them on the radio, saw them on TV, and that was in a video. Only time
stamp too. Exactly. Like, if you ain't watching Rap City at 4:00, you missed it.
If they're not just a regular show, you're not in their homes. You're not knowing how many dogs they have. You didn't know none of that. They separated the artist from the person, and now it's like, give me all of you, or I don't want none of you. And it's just like, that's a little dangerous. Because, I don't want you to know how many times I ate today. I don't want you to know, how frustrating things get for me. Because, you may find a weakness there. I may not want you to know that. Mm-hmm. But if they don't know that, they use that against you. Mm-hmm. Well, we really don't know that person too well. So I don't think I'm going to buy nothing from them. So you're telling me if I tell you what I'm doing every 5 minutes, that's going to make you interested in me? Mm-hmm. That's not fair.
It ain't.
Because I'm showing you what I'm good at, and that's not good enough. Me showing you my craft isn't good enough. You want to see me and my son take pictures. You want to see everything that I'm doing. And then, as soon as it's something that you don't like, you pick it apart. Mm-hmm. Like, who are you?
Mm-hmm. That's why, like, That's why, like, sometimes, like, if I post something on my podcast and somebody come in there asking about a haircut, I'm like, I just can't be different, can I? Like, I just be looking at you like, I just can't be different, can I?
No.
You can did that shit on a haircut post, nigga. Like, why can't this post be about my fucking podcast instead of the fucking haircut? I get it. You like it. But I like this too. Like, let's all open our brains up. Like, we talked about, thinking outside the box before on the show. Like, and I don't know a lot of people that do podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know a handful of them, but not too many, like, personally. Mm-hmm. And some people do it sporadically just for the hell of it. Like, I don't know what people's goals are, but I know one thing that I learned: this shit is fun.
Right. It makes me a little nervous because once again, people are getting to know where you're thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have other people who just waiting for you to say something that they think is going to be either about them, or you're going to say something about your business that they didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if it is something that you didn't know, how is that going to affect your life?
Right.
How is that going to affect your life?
People make me sick. Like, because they really feel like, oh, if you're not going to do this and third, it's going to bother me that much. No. You know how many people didn't buy my stuff? It's okay. You know how many people don't come to me to get haircuts? It's okay. Do you know how many people don't listen to this podcast? It's okay, because it's still people that do.
Definitely.
It's still people that patronize my business. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everything ain't for everybody. And over the years, I had to come to terms with it. Because, like, I looked at a lot of people like, yo, what the fuck? I know I cut hair way better than they, but why the fuck the hell come to me?
All right.
Then I was like, oh, well, fuck. I don't care. I don't. The lines of business and personal, it's not that thin to me no more. It's extremely thick now. Like, 'cause I don't think about it no more.
When you focus on other things, you don't have time to no more.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to start working on the people that you don't know. It's a field for everyone. If you don't have them in the barber world, you're gonna have them in the podcast world.
Mm-hmm.
That is a good situation to be in.
Yeah, some people might feel like this podcast is better than my haircut.
Exactly.
It's okay. Right. It's a lane for everybody.
You cannot reach everybody from one lane. You have to make multiple. Why do you think we have all of these roads, highways, and streets? Mm-hmm. You have to be able to connect them all to one destination. You're gonna find your way home some kind of way. Mm-hmm. So I mean, if you're interested in doing it, because some people, like I said, I'm 31. It's people that I'm around in business and just knowing them doing their regular everyday thing. When did you lose the spark? When did you say, you couldn't take it no more and you're just going to settle until your retirement age?
That's why Jordan did it.
Right. When
he just got tired.
Right. Like you just said, that's it.
And that's what I try to avoid. Like, when I saw that part of the document, I'm like, when he retired in 93, he just got tired. He basically retired because he lost the fire. He didn't lose the passion to play the game. He lost the desire to be around a million people asking him a million fucking questions all day, being in his fucking business that they have nothing to do with.
Nothing.
And then when I looked at that, I'm like, yeah, you're right. And that's when I decided, like, maybe I'll just work 3 days a week. Because there's no way near on that level. But when you have the control to protect your peace, like, you gotta do that shit. Like, have you reached that burnout stage yet in your business?
No.
Good. But when I tell you, when it hits you, call me. Like, yeah, that shit fucked up, ain't it? like, because you can go 100 miles, an hour, and then when it finally hits you, that shit hit like a ton of fucking bricks.
Yeah,
I'm mentally drained. I'm physically drained.
I'm looking at you like, I remember when you just was like, you was ready to go and you was like, couldn't stop. You just waiting, cutting head after head after head. And now I'm looking at you, I'm like, sheesh. This podcast thing is the next thing because you look
gotta
tired.
find balance.
You look tired.
Gotta find a balance. And I didn't realize that shit. I hate to say it, but shout out to COVID-19, nigga. Because I didn't realize that shit until I was forced to really sit down. Like, when I started, because my body is different now. Like, it can't handle the same pressure. It can't handle the same workload that it used to. And I didn't realize that shit until a few weeks ago. I'm like, nigga, you need to figure something out. Like, you love cutting hair. You also love a podcast. You just have a hard time doing it because scheduling be a pain in the ass. So it's like I had to switch that gear in my brain. Like, man, just reach out to more people. Like, just reach out to more people. And I learned, and this will be episode 50. And over the last 49 episodes, I learned that I can carry a conversation. It just needs to be one person, and we just have to have a good dialogue. If we can go back and forth, I ain't discussed too much of shit that was in my phone. See how this shit works? Like, I can have my talking points, but I let the conversation flow. Like, if I felt the part of the conversation dry up, then I would throw out another joint. Like, throw out a topic that I had written down.
Because I just want to ask you that. Have you been in here with someone that, you feel what I'm saying, you just disagree with everything that they said?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
I don't remember what episode that was, but it was a young lady on here, and the whole time I was staring at her like, what the fuck is wrong with this bitch? It was the Buffy the Beauty episode. Sorry, I don't mean to judge, but that's the episode it was. Like, if anybody wants to go back and take a listen to that shit, you'll probably be confused as well. Like, and even like I was doing it with a friend of mine. She wasn't even supposed to be on the show. It was just supposed to be me and him. We was going to sit here and talk some shit for like an hour, blah, blah, put it up. But he brought her. I shit you not. She stood up the whole time for one. This is before we had the couches and shit down here. Like, we had, regular chairs and shit at that point. But she stood up the entire time. We typically have drinks and weed and shit like that, but I didn't think it was necessary to do. Right. So she sat there and she kept drinking, and the more she drank, the stupider her comments got. And even at some point in the conversation, I was sitting where you was, let's say, in the regular chairs. I was sitting where you was, he was sitting right there, and she was on the end. We locked eyes, and both our eyes pretty much said, what's wrong with this bitch? What's wrong with her? Like, do you really think like that? Do you think that's cool? That was probably one of the shortest episodes. I couldn't take that shit no more. I'm like, yo, I gotta get the fuck away from her. And she was younger, and I don't really like to judge younger people, but I could tell she was younger by the shit she was saying out of her mouth. I'm like, yo, she is retarded. I've never listened to that episode again. Right. Honestly, I don't. A lot of times before I put an episode out, I'll listen to it just to make sure I can write a description. Right. I think I held on to that shit for like a week before I put it out. I'm like, man, fuck this shit. All right, just throw it out to put something out this week. I recorded something else immediately. I had a couple episodes like that. Some of them still came out. I ain't gonna mention which one it was, but some of them still came out and some of them didn't. Yeah. I got plenty of episodes. I got like at least 3 episodes on my computer right now that nobody ever heard. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear my goddamn self, because of course I'll listen back to it. Right. Because it's probably a form of narcissism. I don't know, because I like to listen to my own podcast. I like to watch myself on YouTube. Right. That shit is cool to me. Like, I'm sitting here, I'm on TV. Right. Like, the smart TVs and shit. I'm on TV now. Right. And I'm watching myself. This is cool. Like, and I just be on in the barbershop. I don't really be paying no mind. Just every now and again I look up like, oh shit, it's still on. Oh shit, it's rolling to the next one. Nigga, you putting content out. Cool. Right. Like, and that's like one of my goals now. Like, I feel like eventually I'll become like barber / content creator.
But you have to make lanes. You have to. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're getting tired of one thing, moving on to the next one is the best thing can happen to you. Because if you move backwards, that's just dumb. Yeah. I don't care with nobody. That's just dumb. Don't ever go backwards. Ain't nothing back there.
At all.
Nothing is
but
back
fucked
there.
Up memories as sometimes.
I'm tell you, that's the whole reason why they have a forward button. Mm-hmm. The more the story is to go forward. If you're not going forward, then you need to stop and work on some things.
Yeah, because I know for me, like, it's disgusting to me. Like, I always think forward. Sometimes I want to stop, like, because I want to just relax, and that's why I smoke a lot of weed at night. I smoke a lot of grass at night, and it makes me happy, but it also gives my brain the time to calm down. Yeah. Because I think I've read an article before that said like creative type of people are the ones who suffer from insomnia the most. Like, probably not the most, but it's a large percentage of like creatives that can't sleep. Worth a fuck.
My middle name. when I sleep hard, but I sleep in periods.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm a morning person because I can run from about 6 o'clock in the morning into probably about 8 or 9 at night.
That's how I'm on today.
But I was on a real bad. Just before I got the truck, I got on a real bad. I was on a terrible schedule. I was waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning and wasn't going back to sleep until like 6. And my son had to be back to school. This when school was in.
Mm-hmm.
And after I would take him to school, it would be like I had to get on my computer, handle some things. I would go and take a nap, but it wouldn't ever be a full nap. It would be like a cat nap. And then it's back to work. And then, people don't realize that just because you work for yourself, it's just more responsibility.
Yeah.
It's way more responsibility.
It's all of it.
You working for 2 different sets. You have your personal life, and you got to run around for your business. Now, when both of them clash, that's when you need to slow down because it's been times where I done had to do so much stuff in my house, and then when it came to my business, I would get behind in that, and then or it'd be vice versa, and it's just like I still want to do this. This is my life. This is what I want to do with myself. So I'm willing to take on the responsibility, but you gotta keep them things into consideration. Like for real.
I categorize the shit. Like I was sitting down thinking one day about just being a business owner, self-employed. I'm like, you got to be the owner, the general manager, the coach, and the fucking star player.
Yep.
Like you got to be all of that shit. And if that's and at certain points, the shit just gets tiring. Like some days, I just want to turn all that shit off. I don't want to be this shit for these few hours. Mm-hmm. That's like my phone legit been on Do Not Disturb for almost 3 months. I took it off of Do Not Disturb the other day, and I got mad. Like, what the fuck is all these phone numbers coming from? Why everybody getting why the fuck are these people getting in touch with me? I'm not answering, and I realized I didn't click the moon again.
Oh yeah.
Gotta turn that shit back off. Because sometimes, like, peace of mind is so important. Like, at some point, you have to turn off. Like, I had it mapped out. Like, all right, my business hours are from 9 to 9. So, before 9 a.m., if you call me or text me, I'm not going to respond. I'll respond like 9:01 a.m. After 9 p.m., I'm not entertaining shit that got anything to do with this. Like, so you got this 12-hour window. Like, from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., I will do anything business-wise. From 9 p.m. to 9 a.m., I ain't doing none of that shit. I mean, unless it doesn't require me to communicate with, a bunch of people, or if it don't require me to look over shit and approve shit. Like I'll edit a video or some shit like that. Like I'll put out a podcast like that I've been saving for the last couple of days. Like I'll do that, but I don't really want to be communicated with. Even like with DMs, I'll leave them shits right there until I wake up in the morning because these are when my business hours are. Like you really gotta like turn shit off in order to keep a peace of mind.
That is totally true. I do respect everything that you're saying because when I get into that mood and it's time to cut shit off, I'll be sitting there for a minute like, damn, when am I gonna get me time?
Yeah.
That me time.
You gotta steal it. You gotta make it.
I'm being serious. It's like to the point like I really have to hide.
Mm-hmm.
Like I be telling like even my son, I be just like, just give me a second. I just need just a second.
Yeah. Because you need time to relax. And being the owner, being all of those things, though, that the time for you to relax is them shits come far in between. So you really have to steal time.
Stealing time is, not easy.
Mm-mm. It's worth it though once you finally do it.
Right. Like that 5 to 10 minutes comes into hand.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know how important it is until you just chill for a second, then you got pop back up and you be like, I needed that, even though it was 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah, because you gotta recharge.
Yeah, because that's another thing about I was telling you about building a team. You take on a lot, and when your body, when I go down at night, I feel like a camel. Like I gotta like stuff just start to break down. Like things just start to hurt. and you just steady sitting there like, why it just starts to hurt now in your body, like because you haven't stopped yet. You know, you've been running for 3 days straight.
You haven't rested me yet.
Exactly. And then after them 3 days, and it's time for you to rest, you rested 2 days, and you feel like you did something wrong, but your body will not let you get back up. It will not. I done been in a situation after I didn't work for 3 days straight. That 4th day, I cannot move, and I'm not exaggerating. It's literally between my ankles, my shoulders, and just me mentally. It's like I cannot move on. It's like you feel like a slug. And you be sitting there like you be wanting to go. I be really wanting to go, but then my body like, no, because if you move, you know, we can't promise you we gonna be able to get you back up.
Yeah. You that's how I end up on my long drives though. Like, let me just get away from everything for an hour or two. Just let me. Sometimes I just park. Like, sometimes I don't even be driving. I'll pull over. I'll do dumb shit like pull up in front of a family member house and don't tell them. I'll just be like halfway down the block somewhere so they don't see me and shit. I'm gonna just sit there and chill. I'm gonna be on my phone chilling. like I'm in a safe zone. I know I'm in a safe zone. So, but I just want to relax, not talk to nobody, and recharge. And even with the kids, like, fuck, look, I love y'all, but get the fuck out of my face. Like you.
They don't understand.
Yeah, and they don't care because as soon as you walk through the door, you go into mommy mode or that, and I go into daddy mode.
They don't give a fuck. They don't care that you were just outside fighting the whole entire world.
For them.
Exactly. They don't care. They do not care. I'm just sitting here thinking about my son right now. I'll be sitting there like, as I do like a full-blown catering, and they require days, like preparing to set up for that 1 to 2 hours requires days.
Yeah, I can imagine. That's a lot more of shit. Yes. I couldn't do that.
So you did all of this, and you done dealt with this food for about 3 days, and this kid come, you look you in your face and say, "I'm hungry." You looking like
you can't make your own sandwich yet.
Right. Hunger. That's all you can come to me with. Not an ice pack. Not a Band-Aid, you know, shit. I even take a bubble bath. Yeah. But hungry, that's it. My job is to make sure you stay alive. You just need water to stay alive. But come on, bro. Give me a break. I'm trying to tell you. I'll be sitting there like, come on.
Yeah, this was fun.
It definitely was. I told you, I'm nervous with doing stuff like this. Because like I said, people will be looking for small things. But this was definitely good. It's good to get people's ear. Yeah. They know what's going on with you. To know what's going on with you is a good thing.
Yeah. So we can end this now. I would love to keep talking, but at the rate at the rate we gonna be here all fucking day, and I gotta pee. But just to say, like, one of the things that I decided for this. Remember I said, like, I just said, just reach out to more people. Because I want this to become a platform for all kinds of people. Like, I felt like I was boxing myself in just talking to the same people all the time. Right. And I felt like at some point those conversations, it's plenty of podcasts with the same group of people, but it's really just me. And then I try to bring people in. So having somebody else to talk to is dope. And having people, I don't even really know how to say this shit. But having a platform for people to come on and discuss things. Like, I didn't want to do like one of those niche type of things. Like, right. Yeah, we want to come over here and we want to talk about food the whole fucking show. Yeah. Or we're going to talk about cutting hair the whole fucking show. Right. Like, I feel like that shit gets boring after a while. Like, nothing against those types of podcasts, but I wanted it to be a wide variety. Like, I think the last episode we talked, I don't remember. Maybe I should go listen to it.
You didn't listen to it? Really?
I was there. I don't.
It may be something you missed.
I find out. I'll put it on when I get in the car. But like, I want this to become a platform for a lot of people. Like, not just me. Like, so if you ever want to come back, talk some shit, promote some shit, feel free. And for listeners, thank y'all for listening to this shit.
Definitely. Definitely. Thank you. I just want to say one thing. I'm going to be on the road very soon. I just got a food truck. When you see me, I just request that people honk. When you see that big black truck that says Dream Street Cuisine on the side, if you honk, I know why you're honking. I promise. I'm about to be pushing this. Every time you see this truck honk your horn, I know that you know who I am. And
Dream Street Cuisine. I gotta say it slow.
I appreciate it.
Dream Street Cuisine.
Definitely.
You want to hand out your social medias and all that other stuff?
Yeah, on IG it's Dream Street Cuisine _LLC. Facebook Dream ST Cuisine. Twitter Dream Street Cuisine. You type all of it in, it's gonna come up. It's a really pretty silver platter in my little bubble. I need to get on Twitter more. I suck at Twitter.
Twitter is where I go on my rants.
Suck at Twitter. I have not caught and grasped it yet. I'm just like, I post something.
I just rant.
I don't see people liking it. So I'm like, man, I can go on social media for this and let people watch it on my Insta story.
And that's why I like it. It's less interaction. Yeah. Because like if I could post some of the shit that I post on Twitter, on Facebook, I get too many questions.
Man, people think you on suicide watch on Facebook when you post things that you're just thinking. I'm just thinking this. I'm not gonna go off and kill myself. I'm not having a bad day.
I just want to vent real fucking quick.
You know what I'm saying? I am not running for Congress. I should not be walking around here feeling like I should watch what I say.
Yeah, I'm not here to be politically correct or none of that shit.
Last time I checked, I was very, very human. Mm-hmm. Like, it's nothing wrong with me telling you how I feel once in a while. It's nothing wrong with it.
I had to, and once I realized that I was getting too much feed, like, because one of the things that people say that piss me off is that it's either be humble or be more professional. I get the professional part. Like, I shouldn't say certain things because it looks unprofessional. But that be humble shit irritates me because I feel like be humble is only the way to say be great but don't tell nobody.
Right.
Like, shine bright but not too bright. You might offend people. Like, that shit annoys me. So I don't even get into all that shit no more. If I got something to, like, most of my Facebook is full of just shares. Old memories, old, like, memes that I see, or, you know, business shit. But,
yeah, I really like social media though. I like Facebook and Instagram. I just took a break from Facebook not too long ago because, you know, I had to stop paying attention to what other people were doing and just focus on what I was doing. Mm-hmm. Because when I got to focusing on what other people were doing, it was just like, this is what you really think, you know.
Seeing what people think can drive you crazy too.
Like this is what you came up with when you woke up this morning.
Like, you that dumb?
Yeah. So it was like, all right, yeah. But then when it came to my business and I was in a situation where a guy was advertising me and he asked about my Facebook, I'm like, I ain't on Facebook. He's like, what the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Why aren't you on Facebook?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you're right. So I had to launch my page again, and it was just like, okay, let's do this over again.
Yeah,
but
if you ain't on social media business-wise, you're probably not going to go too far now.
Exactly.
Because a share or a retweet or repost, whatever the shit want to be called, can go a long way.
Yeah, I'm still learning, but I didn't got it. I didn't got it. Every time I tell somebody, they actually really do follow me. Or they'll just ask me questions about my food, and I'll be like, oh, you are paying attention to me. But other than that, I definitely enjoyed myself. You know, get things off your chest. Experiencing new things is a must. Mm-hmm. I want to do this again. I am going to hit you because, like I said, I want to start getting in a position. You don't know who is hearing you when they need something. Mm-hmm. Caterer, food truck. I'm going to run my catering business out of my food truck. So I will be pulling up to you, presenting some really dope food.
And you know, I mean, I'm going to eat it. That should be good. And then you thought I can get it really hot this time.
Yeah, I told you, after we do this whole cold corona, you know, I'm gonna bring the truck up here. We gonna get it lit.
Yeah, I was thinking about that shit the other day. I don't know if I was gonna like not park in the parking lot or just pull up and block the parking lot. I was thinking about that shit the other day on one of my rides. But as usual. Well, not as usual, but it's a new situation now for all the old listeners. Join the podcast on Podbean. Download the app. Make sure you follow Cuts and Shit. And also follow. You can always follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Cuts and Shit. That's KUTZNSHIT_podcast. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and all that shit. What else? Oh, yeah, go buy some shit. Cutsbykb.com. I'll spell it again for you. That's KUTZBYKB.com. Thank you kindly. Y'all be great now. You're here.